and a very good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to Crafters TV. Indeed, welcome back if you were with us earlier on for Wake Up Call and you've come along to a craft along. One of my favourite shows this because I feel like I get to take a bit of a back step, if you like, and I get to kind of watch, enjoy and admire what our brilliant crafters get up to. And basically, if you've not seen one of these shows before, this is literally what it says on the screen. Craft along. So if you've watched shows previously where we're a little bit tight for time and the guys will get to a point in the demo where they'll go, so this is the bit that I did earlier, there's none of that in a craft along. We craft along in real time, so guess what? You can craft along. Now, if you are going to be crafting along with us during this show, let us know nice and early doors so we can get ready to expect your pictures. And if we don't get a chance to show those during this show, we will show them a little bit later on as well. So if you've already got the product that we are going to be working with, we will give you time in the next 10 minutes or so to get all of the bits and pieces that you need so you can craft along. If you haven't yet got it, we've got a great deal coming up for you over the course of this show so that you can get the goodies and then you'll be able to use this video further down the line with your product when you receive it. We're talking about the Gemini Christmas Creator Card Scene Edgeable Die Collection today, and the man who's going to be taking you through the craft along is one of my absolute faves, and he loves doing this show. He loves the craft along, so I'm so pleased he's here with me. We were just chatting beforehand as well that you and I did the original craft along, didn't we?
We did indeed, yeah. The very first craft along that we done here on Crafters TV was with the Nature Garden Peacock Collection, and it was with him, and it was with myself as well. So yeah, I can't believe from all the way back to that first one to look where we are now as well. So let's dive straight in. Well, we'll have a look and see what you're going to be making.
Yes.
And we're going to be making what potentially could be a little photo album.
Wow.
That you can then be popping your photos in. We're going to be using the stag, but then we're creating what these are individual panels. So these are actually the panels that break up each of the sections. So we've got maybe photos from around winter time.
Oh yeah.
Then we can then maybe pop photos or memorabilia in for the springtime.
Love that.
And then, as I say, I'm still just using the stag for them all, but you can change them if you want. Then maybe some photos for the summertime. And then last but not least, for the winter time as well. So as I say, primarily it could be with photos, but you can be then doing them with maybe memorabilia stuff, anything that you've got that you want to pop in there. You can then be using, there's lots of different things that you could be using to pop into the middle and to decorate it. Now, if you do want to make that along with me, you're going to need certain products, basically, and you're going to need to know, if you've not already seen Wake Up Call and seen online, this is what you're going to need. So to make what I'm going to be making, you're going to need the Christmas Scene Edge Creator Card die, so the Reindeer Forest. You're going to need white stamping card, watercolour card, black card, glitter card that I'm using, watercolour Christmas A4 Snowfall Acetate, just the one sheet, a fine art liner, ribbon of your choice, book rings, or you could just use ribbon if you don't have any of the metal boot rings. We've got Seasonal Sentiment die set, Build a Bouquet stamping die set, and also paintbrush and water. You're also going to then need is your Gemini Junior or your Midi, or of course your large Gemini, your Starry Sky Sparkle Pen. Now you're going to be needing your Holly Reef, Smoke Quartz and Harvest Moon Sparkle Pens. You're going to need a poke tool. You're also going to need, well, if you've got a crocodile, great. If not, then a hole punch or maybe a screw punch, paper trimmer or a guillotine, glue of your own choice, tape pen, tacky glue, etc., heat tool, kitchen towel, and a pencil or pen. And then last but not least, to get some of those gorgeous colours, what you're going to be needing is your Spectrum Noir Water Reactive, Grasshopper, Lemon Tonic, Oasis, Orange, Ocean Blue, Green Topaz, Fuchsia. And then when it comes to the quick dry, you're going to be needing your Green Topaz, your Fuchsia, and also your Lemon Tonic. So that is everything that you're going to need if you want to do exactly as to what I'm going to do. But as we have established by now, and maybe by the photos that you send in, you might change it slightly. You might change different colours, you might change different dyes, lots of different ways that you can interpret it. But, Ben, what if I don't have those dyes yet?
Wow, a bit stuck really, aren't you? Only joking. If you haven't got this collection yet, you can grab it today. You're going to get all of the elements included here because you're going to get the 6 dyes, but also we're throwing in your dye brush and foam pad included in there as well. $54.39 or $63.96 is the platinum price on this. Everyone's going to say $14.94 or $19.70, but then if you're platinum, it comes down even further for you. And just to show you some of the beautiful dyes that you will get within this set, of course, we've chatted about the beautiful reindeer forest. These are so versatile again and so super easy to use. You've then got the elegant angel in here too. Absolutely stunning. And the one that you saw a little bit earlier on today was the gorgeous town of Bethlehem. There's just a few of the different designs that you're going to get. I don't know which is my favourite. Certainly though, our joyful friends, the snowman and snow woman there. Absolutely brilliant. And then you've got your Christmas tree included in there as well, your traditional Christmas tree. So those are the kind of things that you're going to be able to make, the kind of dyes that you're going to get within this collection. And as I say, don't forget, you've got that brush and the pad in there as well, just to help you with those, because seriously, they are so detailed, so delicate. You will definitely need that in your life. Lots of you already saying hi before we get started, just giving you a chance to get all your bits and pieces together. Barbara's in from Indiana and Gail from New York. Hello, Lynn Harvey. Hello, Mary Lee from Colorado. Lindsay from Newton Aycliffe. Patty from California and Tracy from Kent. Bev Judd. Hello, Bev. She says, hello, Ben. Have you got out your craft room yet? Lynn's in from Spain. And Barbara just saying, that card looks fabulous. Too bad I don't have the time right now. We'll save this for later. That's the whole point. We'd love you to craft along right now, live with us. But if you can only do it later on, that's fine. You can come back and watch the show when you're ready. Michelle Knits for You says, I have 3 packages out for delivery. Yippee, can't wait. And Diane says, ladies, do you think we'll see John this afternoon? Although I'm more than happy with the lush pen. John was in earlier. We'll get him in later on. He'll be bringing the teas in halfway through. So we'll get him in for you. We'll get him in. Right. I think I'm just about ready to go. There's lots more comments coming through, which we will read out. Any questions that you get during the craft along, ask. If at any point you get a little bit stuck or a bit behind, or if you need something repeated, ask once again. That's what we're here for, to craft along in real time. And do let me know in the comments as well if you are going to be crafting along during this show. So we will look forward to seeing your finished products at the end. So I'm ready. George and George, are you ready? They're good to go. Craig, are you ready?
No, I'm not ready.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, of course I'm ready.
Aye!
You will go on my first whistle.
Aye. I will go on your second whistle. Anyway, carry on.
Just
off we go.
Throw back to the gladiator days. Right, let's go for it. Right, what we're going to do to start off with, we're going to get our cutting and our die cutting done. So we're going to go in with our guillotine to start with. And then we're going to start with our white smooth stamping card. So what we're going to need is we're going to need 8 panels with the white smooth stamping card. So what we're going to do with the first one, so I'm going to go in and then I am going to cut at 5 3/4. So up to 5 3/4. We're going to turn it around and we're going to go to 6 1/2. So we can go in here. So we can do another one. So we can go 5 3/4. So 5 3/4. We're going to go to 6 1/2. So that's 2. So we're going to go again. So we're going to get all of these cut to start with. So let's do 5 3/4 by 6 1/2. So because we're doing 8, that will be 4 sheets of the white smooth stamping card that you'll need.
Okay.
So let's go 6 1/2. Let's go in with the last 2 sheets. It's always best, I find anyway, to get all the main mat layers cut to start with.
Yeah, it's good to have all of your bits and pieces there ready, so you're not having to then go back once, I suppose, you get into the construction of it.
Well, that's it, yeah. Yeah, it just means that you don't have to stop in your tracks and, as you say, do the cutting. So 5 3/4 by 6 1/2.
Hey, at least if you're seeing this multiple times over, you won't be short of what the measurements are.
Well, that is for sure. At least we won't need to repeat this step.
hopefully.
5 3/4 by 6 and a half.
How many is that you done?
And then last but not least...
5 3/4 by 6 and a half?
Yep.
Yes.
That's it. So then, that will then give me my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of my white smooth stamping card. So now that I've done that one, what we can then do is we can go in with our watercolour card. So for this one, I only need 2 sheets because I need 4 panels. Each of them are going to be 4.5 inches by 6. So let's go in and we can go up to 4.5 by 6. So we can do that one. We can then go to the next one. 4.5 by 6. We can then go in and do the last 2. So we're going to go...
4, oh, sorry, that's okay. 4.5.
Yep. By
6.
Yep.
And then one more.
One more. So
I
we're
didn't catch
going to
on
go...
there. This is going to be 4.5.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm turning into Bruce Forsyth. By 6.
Correct.
Good game, good game.
Good game, good game. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our watercolour card. And then what we're going to do while we're doing the cutting here, before we move on to our die cutting, I'm taking one of my acetate sheets here with the snowfall. So this has still got the plastic coating on it at the moment, but I only need 1 piece. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cut this one up to 5 3/4. So 5 3/4, and we're going to go 6.5. So it'll be basically...
Same measurements as the first lot.
Exactly,
right.
Yep. So that I can keep and use another day. That I can put out the way. This one I'm going to take the backing off while we're here. So what I tend to do is I tend to turn one of the corners and then either with my nail...
Oh yeah, I always forget about this. It's got like a sheet on it,
It's got, yeah, it's a protective sheet.
Yeah.
And it stops it from scratching. So I'm just going to give that pull in with my nail. Sometimes if you can't quite get a hold of it, because I can see it there, if not, then what you can then do is then go in with your poke tool.
Yeah.
And taking this one in, and then once again, just going to go into the corner, and all that I'm doing is I'm just pulling up that plastic, get it into it. Once I've got a hold of it,
Oh, it is proving a little bit tricky, that one, isn't it?
and we can peel that off.
Yeah.
And that's our coating off, so we've got our acetate done now. So what we can then do, now that we've done the cutting for all of that, we're going to go in with our die. So I'm using the reindeer forest one. So what I can then do is then, if I go into my white smooth stamping card, and I'm going to then do 4 pieces, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and these 4 are what I'm going to be doing the die cutting of.
Yeah.
So at this point, this is what I was on about, Ben, whereas you might want to mix and match the images that you want. But what I want to do, because I want to keep it seasonal, and a deer or a stag or however you want to interpret it, you know, you'll see in the summer, the spring, the autumn and the winter. So that's why I'm using that same one. But if you want to change it, then you absolutely can. So I've got my 4 at the side of me. Now what we're going to do with the die, we want to have enough room so that we can die cut, or not die cut, but we can pop little holes at the side to bind it together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in with the stag here, and then for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much make it as equal at the top and bottom as possible, and also I'm going to have the die edge right up against the right hand side. So we've basically got pretty much an inch that is left over at the left hand side. So what I can do then is I'm going to go in with my low tack tape and I'm going to secure it. And at this point, this is the one that once again is going to be repetitive, Ben, because we're going to do that, exactly what I've done here, another once, another twice, and 3 times, equaling 4 altogether. That was using our white smooth stamping card. You've got 8 layers, but we're just about to do it into 4 just now.
So whilst you are cutting, let me just catch up on a few of the comments coming in. Can't see too many questions so far, so that's all good. Ron just saying, OMG, I love this, going to be saving this for sure. Mary Pat on YouTube says, I love this, Craig. I think I'll use my cinch to bind mine for a mini album. Great idea. Marilyn's watching from sunny New Jersey. Cyrissa says, hello Ben and Craig from Sebastian, Florida. Great to have a dynamic duo today. I haven't received the ones I've ordered yet, but I'll sit back and enjoy watching. And then of course, when you get the goodies, you can enjoy crafting along with us as well. Carol Lee says, good morning crafters. Ready for another shot of inspiration from Craig. Anne's in from Norfolk. Kay's in from Bakersfield. Elizabeth says, hi Ben, I hope your move went smoothly this Friday, Elizabeth. This Friday it's all happening, but fingers crossed. And we must say hello to Gwenda G on YouTube, who's celebrating her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gwenda. Lindsay, I haven't got this set, but I have some from last Christmas, which I think will work.
Absolutely, they would.
This is the point again with this, is that, you know, if you want to follow it kind of, you know, point for point, you can do. If you want to change yours up just a little bit, you've got the ability to do that as well. It's entirely up to you. Monkey Head Bonkers, I love that name, says, Ben, your shirt is awesome. I love all of your flowered shirts. Thank you. And we must say hello to Lynn Geddes on YouTube. He says, my first craft along in my new craft room. Ooh. Pictures, please, Lynn. Can you send in some pictures? We like to be nosy, not just of the finished project when you've done it, but also the craft room as well. There you go, studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Evelyn says, good morning from Colorado. My edibles are scheduled for delivery today. I'm saving this on YouTube for later. And lots of love for your cutting earlier on. Gilmore just saying, Craig sounds like a samurai unsheathing his katana sword with the guillotine.
Oh, with the guillotine.
Yeah. And then Rhonda's calling you the samurai of crafting. It's got that kind of noise to it, hasn't it, our guillotine? It does.
Yeah. I do like to cut quick when it comes to the guillotine. Yeah. You know, get that satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's a good sound effect from you there.
Thanks.
Yeah. Do it again. Very good.
Could we guess the sound? Is it actually the guillotine or is it my sound effect?
Whoa! I love that game. There's a new game for Play Your Crafts Right.
Yeah, could do the Gemini. Was that sound effect or was that the actual Gemini?
Was that the real one?
Was it the real one?
Was that real?
Oh, you never know.
That's so good if it wasn't. Oh dear. And then you could do the dye brush tool.
Yeah. Or you can get the other way where it is.
A mouse.
Is that a mouse? Is that my sound effect or is it colouring with alcohol paints?
Oh yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this right now. Oh, and also the foil press machine. Beep.
Is it foil press or was it me? Oh dear. It's a good game, yeah.
I mean, yes, this is the new one this Saturday on Play Your Crafts Right. Is it the real sound or Craig?
The guess is yours.
I'm still thinking now of more things that make sounds in our.
Me too.
That we can try and impersonate.
I
am. Oh dear.
Yeah, we've just said.
We've done the squeaky pens. We've done Georgina. The Gemini. We've done the dye brush. If you can think of any more you'd like us to try and recreate over the course of this show, then do let us know. Just a question from Leslie, who says, do all of the acetates, Craig, have protective sheets on them?
So most of ours do, certainly the ones that have got any foiling on them. Hunky Dory's don't, and I believe our heavyweight acetate does. Definitely our foiled acetate, they've all got a protective backing on them.
Yeah.
I think our own heavyweight acetate does, but when it comes to Hunky Dory acetate that we also sell, Hunky Dory's doesn't have a protective backing.
Okay.
So hopefully that helps.
Helps
for you.
Good morning from Indiana, says Peg. Good job on HSN yesterday, Craig. Lots of love for your appearance yesterday. By the way, in case you think you're missing anything, literally we're not missing anything at all here. Craig's obviously recutting these 4 times. Love the deer, says Roseanne Baker. He's so cute. And April says, hello, Ben and Craig. The upside down Christmas tree was mine. We were talking about this earlier on.
That's right.
It actually is in a stand like an artificial tree. It's not attached to the ceiling. If you can send in that picture again, April, that would be amazing.
That would be quite cool, wouldn't it?
And Gilmore just saying, loving the sound effects, guys, on YouTube there. If you love sound effects and fun and frolics, you have come to the right place this afternoon.
Sure have.
Ah, yes.
Sure have. Sound effects galore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Who's got the silent heat tool here? It's Jan, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, Jan's
heat tool. Ready? Here he goes. There it is. Sandra, brilliant. That was your suggestion. That is your suggestion.
That is a good one. I like that. Really good.
I forgot about her heat tool. Oh, is that yours? Oh, sorry, George. Literally, as you just said it in my ear, Sandra just said Jan's heat gun on YouTube. You and Sandra, great minds think alike there. Michelle Knits for you on YouTube says SpongeBob and his squeaky boots. What? Like crafty sounds. Oh dear. Lynn says, my Gemini Junior is my loudest machine and my Bad Boy Pro is the quietest of my Gemini family. Yeah, keep those coming in. That's tickled me, that. Jan's heat gun. Oh dear. How are you getting on over there? How many have you cut?
So what I've done here is I'm now on to the 4th and final one. So let's take all of these bits out and then we can trim the edges. So I've gone round, popping these bits out, and then what we can do is we can go in, any little remaining bits that are still in place, we can then start to fish these ones out here. And then, well, we'll pop them out. So even some of these bits, like these here, you'd be able to use, you know, if you like to do your flower forming, you want to use them as the tuck-ins on the back, then you can do.
Do you have a specific box for all of the bits and pieces? Do you got like a gubbins box, or you just, no?
No, I've got my, I keep offcuts of cardstock in that, but anything like this where there's these sorts of bits, I don't, for the simple reason, the chance of me going back to actually using them is very, very slim. So I don't personally keep a hold of them.
Lots of the bits and pieces are on your floor in your craft room from what I saw the other day.
Yeah, well, they were not
socials.
now. I did.
You tidied up.
I did hoover up. It was just because with the last couple of weeks, it's just been a big conveyor belt of being at home, prepping, coming in here, going home, prepping, coming in here. That I've pretty much dumped a lot of my stuff, and it was just building and building. So over the weekend, I tried to get it at least sorted and tidied and organised. So we're there. The floor, you actually see the carpet now in my craft room, put it that way, which is a good sign.
That is a good sign.
It is indeed. I am still fighting with myself. I need to get together with Debbie Robinson. Probably not see her today. I'll probably be away by the time she comes in. But I'm seriously fighting with myself about going and moving my craft room from my wee room that I'm in into my spare room.
Oh yeah, well she's the lady to speak to.
Yeah, going to have to do that, I think.
Seriously. That was amazing what she's done with her craft room, isn't it?
It's phenomenal, isn't it? Phenomenal. But here we go. So we've got the 4 of them. We've got them all cut. So what I'm then going to do now is along the bottom and the top of each of them, so where the die ends, all that I'm going to do is there's actually a tiny little bit of curvature. So I'm going to follow that in. So I'm curving in so that we are creating that element of that side component. So I'm doing the same at the top. So I've just curved in at the top here. There we go there. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with these ones here, Ben, so that we can take these side bits away because we don't need them. These are what's creating that edgeable. And then what we can then do And the reason they're called edgeable creator card is because they are on the edge, but not only are they just on the edge, they are wide enough that they are creating that focal point of your card. So it is a 2 and a 1.
A dybrid.
A dybrid. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Dybrid, I like that.
Yeah, like hybrid, but I don't need to explain that, did I?
No, you don't.
No, good.
Not to me anyway.
No, you got it straight away, as I knew
got
that
it
you would.
straight away.
By the way, the sound effect game looks like it could be a goer for Play Your Crafts, right? Adam, studio manager, just put stuck his thumb up at me. I think he stuck his thumb up at me anyway. That's what
I don't think it was the thumb.
Oh, was it not?
No.
Oh, well, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not a goer then. But yeah, we could definitely. I think it might be too easy if we do impressions. But what we can do is record a crafty sound effect, and you have to work out what it is. Keep the suggestions coming in. Like Michelle says, you could do the dropping of a die. I like Carrie's. Debbie's laughter would be a good one to use as a sound effect.
Yeah.
And Diane says, what about the sound effect of Craig winding the MIDI handle as fast as he can?
Oh, I don't know if I could do that sound effect.
Absolutely, name that sound effect.
Name it.
Yeah, love it.
Right, Theo, so should we just do a little bit of a recap from the start to this point that we are at? So what we've done to start with is our white smooth stamping card. We did, in total, we cut 4 blocks. So 4 of them, we done 8 with the white smooth stamping card, and that was 6.5 inches by 5 3/4 inches, and we've done that in a total of 8 times. So I've got 4 and then another 4 here, which we've just cut into. So that was our white smooth stamping card. We then done the same with the watercolour card, but we cut 4 panels this time to 6 inches by 4.5. And as you can see, that's my 4 panels there. We then have taken some of the snowfall acetate, and with this acetate what we've done is we cut 1 piece to 6.5 inches by 5 3/4 inches. That's creating what's going to be the front part. And then what we've done, going back to the white smooth stamping card, because we had 8 of them, I've taken 4 of them. I've popped the die up to the right hand side. We've left a little bit of a border, top and bottom, which pretty much gives us about a 1-inch band on the left hand side, and we've done that 4 times. That's given us our 4 individual separate pages that we've got at that point. So then we've done that one. Now if we go to you then, Ben, that then means when we come back to me, we can go into the first part of doing the decoration, which we'll probably, I think we'll start on winter for the first part.
Super duper. Let us know if there's anything you guys need us to recap on. Let us know if you're crafting along, and if all is good. Loving all of these sound effects we could do for this new game, by the way. Sandra just saying, what about the sound? We could get some good sounds from Ben moving house. You don't want to hear some of the sounds I make when I've been packing and I've been moving house. Dear, oh dear. We won't be able to repeat some of the things that I say. Another possibility, the sound of Craig building more storage for the new bigger craft room, says Sandra. Like that. And Joe snorting when he laughs would be a good sound effect, says Lynn. Kate is saying everybody would guess Debbie's giggle. That's easy. Love it. Loving all of these. Let's have a look though at everything that you're going to get within this collection if you jump in for it today. It is the Christmas Creator Card Edgeable Die Collection. 8 elements in total. Because you're going to get the dies and that die brush tool included as well. What I will say is this is the best way to go for this collection because you get all of these die brids, as we're calling them, these creator cards with that with the edgeable in there as well. However, if you do want to go individually or indeed on a multi-buy, you've got the ability to do that as well. So we're just flashing up the details individually of all of these. So here is that gorgeous, elegant angel. They're also on a multi-buy for you as well. So 2 for 23 or 2 for 27. I mean, the detail in these is just absolutely phenomenal. And the kind of collection that I think you're going to come back to year in, year out. I mean, this Christmas tree again, how stunning is that? All of the little snowflakes that you've got in there, the stars, the tinsel on the tree. It's just going to make life so easy for you. And again, if you're looking at this as a beginner and thinking, there's no way I could do that, the die does all of the hard work for you. It really, really does. There's Mary and Joseph. So again, as far as covering off lots of different Christmas themes. We've done it really because you've got your more traditional Christmases, you've got sort of religious themes there should you want them as well. If I just turn this one up for you too, you can then see your town of Bethlehem. And again, even something as simple as this beautiful card here, just your die cut out on the black, framing it up with paper of your choice, little embellishment, and absolutely stunning is that. That's your little town of Bethlehem. You've then got, I think possibly my favourite from this collection, the Joyful Friends. And again, so super versatile that here, just again with a little bit of that beautiful acetate, incorporated that onto a box lid as well. So you can see just how super versatile these are. Then we've got this one here, which I remember when I've had these previously, it's always been very popular individually. That reindeer forest, yeah, I suppose it's Rudolph, isn't it? But there's no reason why you couldn't use that all year round, maybe for your autumnal and winter cards as well. And then we are back to that gorgeous angel. So $12.99 or $14.99 individually. That's $10.39 or $11.96 for platinum members, or any two for £23 or $27. So that's the great thing today. If you want to go for the full collection, if you've fallen in love with it, grab it right now. If, however, you just want to go, well, actually, I just want to get the die that Craig is using because I want to do the craft along, then absolutely you can do that. Buy that today. You've got the free 2-hour craft along, and you are away creating your first card once your goodies are delivered. Just some other items for you as well that you might want to pop into your basket. This afternoon, Totally Tiffany, always brilliant for your storage. This is your 5x7 die storage collection. Great little deal here in the fact that you're saving 20%, but we're also going to pop in there your die storage cards as well. So 5 of those included. Obviously, you can label these up too, which is great. Just a nice way to kind of organise and store all of your craft dice. So if you need to get sorted, then this is a brilliant way to do it. And again, you've got plenty of room inside there as well. £7.98 or $10.54 if you're a platinum member for that one today. Now, ink pads, we have got plenty for you here. Your quick dry ink pads, and a great selection again, a 9-piece collection of a whole host of different colours. So if you are doing your stamping, this is the kind of set that you want to go for. You want that quick dry effect, and we've got some beautiful colours in this little collection here. So with this collection, you've got your green topaz. You're also going to get your Bordeaux, Chinese red. You've got your damson wine. Oh, there she is, Frosty Jade. Ooh, never in a good mood. Pumice. You've also got Sandstorm and Seal Brown, and then your Smoked Emerald included as well.
I like how you're reading that, but Georgina seems to be telling you the colours as you're reading them from the top.
I was racing her. Do you notice how I sped up at the end?
I noticed that. That's why I mentioned it. You're trying to get there before she goes to the name first.
$28.74 or $40.04 if you want to go with that collection. No, Georgina, it was him that said that, not me. Not me. Next, it's funny though, isn't it? It's funny. Next up is your Midas collection. I got the Midas touch. These are going to give you that beautiful metallic finish because you've got
red garnet.
You've got your metallic pigment. So you've got your red garnet. Oh, Georgina, help.
Jade green.
Jade green. Oh, she has gone silent now. I think you've hurt her feelings. Amethyst. Pink.
Pink. Lace.
Lace.
I need my glasses on.
And then platinum. Oh, she has gone quiet now. You've done that, you have. £14.38 or $22.09 is the price on that. She's telling me off my ear now. I didn't even start it.
It wasn't even you, it was me.
It was Craig.
God. You're the one who got into trouble.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, well, I'll just pop that down there. I'll continue to receive the ear bashing that I'm getting right now. And let us move over to Craig. Just a few more comments here. You've all kept up and you're all ready to go, I know. Sally just saying, hello all, what an awesome show. I'm taking notes, as I may have to go at a minute's notice, says Sandra on YouTube, who's crafting along. And Rhonda, Rhonda, I'm not going to read that out, but thank you for your message. Right, let's get over to Craig, who is going to get on with the next part of the demo. Then I'll read some more of your comments. Where are we up to then?
Right, let's get inkly and sparkly. Now, I have put my craft mat down. I didn't put it on the list. The only reason being is if I'm at home, I would have done it on my glass mat. But to make it quicker for me to move and clean out the way, that's why I've put my craft mat on. Now, what we're going to use, we're going to go into our sparkle pens and we're going to use Starry Sky. This is the only one that we're using from this set, which happens to come from Tint and Tone. So it's from the Tint and Tone set, although it is just the Starry Sky that we're using. What I also need is some water and my paintbrush as well. So this one's already primed, so what I'm doing is I'm going to go and I'm just giving it a little bit of a shake.
Shake it to wake it.
Shake, 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 Sonora, work the body line. Shake, 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 Sonora,
work it all the time. Work, 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 Sonora, work the body line.
That's it.
Shake, 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 Sonora, work it all the time. Hey!
Shake it to the left.
Shake it to the right.
Okay, I believe you.
Shake it to the right. I thought you broke it into the Spice Girls then for a second. Shake it to the left.
If you're having a good time,
shake it to the right.
If you know what you feel fine,
shake it to the front. Ha, ha.
I see ya, hold tight.
That's what you need to sing when you're just shaking
shaking it.
Yep.
Okie doke. So we're going to go in with the Starry Sky, and I'm adding some onto my craft mat. Again, it just could be your glass mat. I'm doing it for speed here. And then what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of our watercolour card that we can see here. And I'm going to go in with my paintbrush and water. And I'm going to water it down slightly. I'm going to go in with a bit of a wash. So now that I've watered that down, I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to, all that I'm doing, I know you can't see it, but all that I'm doing is I'm going in again with the paintbrush. I'm going to dab some of that water off first, and then I'm going to go in here. Basically, I'm giving it a bit of a water wash on the back. Doesn't matter if you've got colour or not. At this point, it doesn't really matter.
Is this the best way to use the sparkle pen?
To create backgrounds? Well, I like to use them for creating the backgrounds. And what I've done here is I've gone in with some colour, and then again I'm going in with my water, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to blend it down. So we're getting from dark to light, but what I want to do is I want to blend it out a little bit more. So again, I'm going to pull that colour down so we're getting lighter. What I'm then doing is I'm going back in with some of the sparkle just to make it a bit darker at the top here. So I'm going to go in, making it darker. And then what we can do, water my paintbrush, give it a bit of a clean again. And then what I want to do is take some of that excess off, and I'm going to go back. I'm just going to blend it out towards the bottom. So we're getting that quite intense backdrop. You can go darker, you can go lighter as well. It's entirely up to yourself. What I'm going to do is I've got some kitchen roll here. Now this kitchen roll, like most kitchen roll, has a bit of a texture to it. Don't worry too much if it doesn't, but what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to dab into the back here. I just want to take a slight layer off, but I want that little bit of texture to the back. So I'm just going to go in here. It's as if it's maybe a bit of a cloudy backdrop, so it's going to be a stormy morning, or the storm's just passed, the rain's just passed, and you're starting to see the skies opening up. That's what I'm going to do with that one. So what I can do, let's actually go in. Now, I wouldn't, of course, be wasting any of this sparkle ink. I would carry on, be using it for more backdrops, but obviously with it being a craft along, we don't have time for doing that. So what I can do here, so if I bring this one in, and then I'm going to bring in my heat tool, and I'm going to give it a helping hand just to dry it off before we go on to the next one.
Another sound effect. Marilyn says, I'm watching Crafter's Companion. I'll be crafting along later. I like to watch first. Annette says, good morning, everyone. I'm so excited. This is my first time on live chat, so I'm excited. Well, Annette Williams on YouTube. First time on live chat. You've got a mention. How's about that? Lovely to have you with us. Alison says, I'm getting a good giggle listening into all your sound effects. And Leanne on YouTube. Ben, are you a fellow northerner yet? Not quite. Friday I will be, and I'll be going, hey up, me duck, or something like that. Or no, I'll be going, why, aye man, I'm a northerner now. I'm a northerner now. Like, need to work on the accent a bit. Lots of you enjoying the antics as well, by the way, with the funny dancing. Aisha says it should be the Spicy Boys.
The Spicy Boys.
Yeah.
So now what I'm doing, now that I've dried it off, now it's mostly dry, it's not completely, but I'm not overly concerned. I'm going back in with a smaller brush, and I'm just going into that same water that I've used to clean my brush. So you're going to get a bit of bluey tinge to it. Now don't worry about it, it can look quite effective just shortly. But what I'm going to do, I've dabbed that in, and then what I'm going to do, just on the back of my finger, I'm going to flick the paintbrush in water. So flicking this one in, just with some water. So this is what I mean by, if you do get any flicks of water on the back, because they're going to have that blue to it, again, don't worry about it. It looks quite effective. It's as if maybe you've got some splats of rain or something just starting to go over the edges. So again, what I'm going to do is give that really good flick on the back of my finger with the water. And what this will start to do is create a faux bleaching effect.
What I love about this as well is it's kind of like random craft.
Exactly.
Random. Every time you do this, you'll get a completely different take on it.
Yeah, you will. Every single time. It doesn't matter how many times you do it or that, it will look completely different. And as it's faux bleaching, the longer you leave it, the more the water will lift the colour up from the background. So you can already start to see it, start to take a shape, take to shape.
Yeah.
So what I'm then going to do, once again, I could leave it more, but what I am doing is I'm going to go in with some more kitchen roll, and I'm going to dab that excess water off. So if I dab that off, pull that up.
Ooh, look at that.
Look at that. Isn't it smart?
That's brilliant.
So it's a good way to show as well as that blue water has helped make even these splats a little bit bluer
and
as
well.
well.
And look at the sheen you've got on that as well, the sparkle, that's unbelievable. I love that.
No sparkle, even by watering it down, going in, and then you've gone in with the splats of the water. The thing is that sparkle is still there.
So like the silhouette of a firework display.
It is, isn't it?
I love that.
It really, really is. So at this point, to finish this one, because we've given it a bit of a heat dry set, I'm going to come in with one of those other pieces of white smooth stamping card layer. So one of them that's 5 3/4 by 6.5. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my tape runner in a moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this, stick it on to the right hand side. So we want to leave pretty much the same matte and layer border that is, if we get it centered in the top and the bottom. So we've kind of got exactly the same top and bottom. So make sure you've roughly got that same measurement to the right hand side. That then means that you've got a little bit more extra scope down the side as to where you're going to be adding your metal rings, or if you use your ribbon, that's up to yourself. So let's go in with this one. So once I've stuck this one down, we can then go back into a recap. I can reset so that we can go into the next colour.
Fab. So
let's go in. So once again, I'm kind of having a look. So I've got the same distance top and bottom. What I've got top and bottom, I'm roughly, very roughly, not exact, making sure that I've kind of got it to the same at the right hand side. Then what I can do is press that in. We're going to be left with pretty much about an inch border down the side. And then that is our first page that we've done with the backdrop, which will be winter time. There we go.
Fantastic. Got a few questions coming in. Should we do these now, or should we
fire away
in a minute? Thank you to Caitlin, by the way, our social media superstar, who's keeping me right today. I've been too busy making silly noises with Craig, and I've forgotten about these. So Deborah wants to know, hi Craig, I would love to know how you organise all your Spectrum Noir markers. Do you have any ideas? I love watching your show. So how do you organise your markers in your craft room?
Just with the trays.
Yeah?
Just with the trays like we all do here. As obviously that's why we have our Spectrum Noir pen trays out there. So I just have them sitting in front of me at my desk at home, and they're all lined up. Always make sure all your pens, always have them so that they're on their side. Don't set them up, otherwise the ink is then just pooling down to the bottom of the barrel or the top. potentially could be leaking. So make sure, get your trays and have them sitting on their side on the trays.
This is a question / request, I suppose. Mary Lee says, hoping Craig will show how we can use the MIDI to cut out the front of a full card if possible.
To
use the MIDI.
MIDI
With these.
With these ones. So,
yeah, I have to.
Well, it's not that. I'm just to make a card front where you would just do exactly the same as what I've done.
Yeah.
Just within the folder, not the plates.
Okay.
If I've not grasped exactly what... Who was that asked that?
That was Mary Lee. Hoping Craig will show how we can use the MIDI to cut out the front of a card if possible.
So yeah, just exactly what I've done here in the card stock, which is on your card blank. The only thing with the MIDI, the difference with the MIDI, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You're restricted because of the size of it. So this one, the reason I've put MIDI on with this craft along is because it's an individual sheet.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that will go through the MIDI no problem. If that was a card blank, then obviously with the card blank, the width of it, you'd have to go in that way, which means that a card blank that size isn't going to go through because that is 6 inch. So that is exactly 6 inch. So then if you go and put that straight onto a card blank, that's literally a little bit too wide.
Oh, I see.
It's not going to go through. So that's why we've got it for the craft along, because it's an individual piece. But if it's a card blank, you would need to use a larger machine if you're going to be doing it onto a large card blank.
Okay, Mary Lee says, is Ben's B&B open for business yet? Friday. I'll start taking bookings. Rhonda says, is there no guest today? No. I can answer those two. This is good. I can answer those two questions. No, well, that's a simple answer, isn't it? Is there no guest today? No, there isn't. I don't need to expand on that. The guys are laughing at me. Terry Tom Anderson says, we'll just quickly do these. I know I realise I'm taking a bit of time.
Yeah.
I don't have sparkle pens, says Terry Tom. Will the sparkle pots give the same effect?
Absolutely. Sparkle pots are sparkle pens and vice versa. It's just the sparkle pens, the liquid is in a pen, and with sparkle pots, the liquids are in a pot. Exactly the same product, just a different way of applying them.
And June says, can I ask, is there a masterclass on the watercolour Christmas coming? I don't know off the top of my head, but we can have a look and find out. I'm sure there will be more shows. Probably, I would say a craft along would be, or was that yesterday? Was it
not with watercolour Christmas.
Not watercolour Christmas. That was, watercolour Christmas launched a couple of weeks ago, didn't it? We'll have a look, but I would imagine there'll be a craft along coming up on that very soon. Mary Lee says, thank you, Craig. And Cindy says, I really like the background. This would be a great gift for anyone. Lovely to make it into with a card also. There was a craft along on watercolour Christmas Sunday just gone.
Wow.
There you go. So you can go back and find that. June, who was asking, subscribe to YouTube. And you can watch back all of those shows at your leisure. Just want to quickly give you the details on the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pens, because these are what Craig, of course, was using just a few moments ago. Now, if you already have these amazing, if you haven't, these are rejigged, repackaged, well, kind of, you've got different colours within the sets here. So this one here is your earthy natural. So within this one, you've got your holly leaf, your smoke quartz, and your harvest moon. And as you've seen, these are brilliant. You've got your brush tip with these, great for kind of even coverage, great for your backgrounds, and great for doing those effects with as well, like Craig has just shown you. I love the way, just dabbing that down, using a brush, and just to really make these pens go even further. You've then got your tint and tone. So that brings you your crystal clear, your starry sky, and your onyx black. We're going to give you in the collection as well 3 of our clear overlays, so that's amazing to use with lots of different colours within your collection. You've then got rose quartz, soft jade, and your moonstone. In your antique vintage, you've got your fig, you've got your peacock blue, and that gorgeous macaroon, and then lastly is your essential brights, which is your aquamarine, your pink garnet, and your firefly. 15% off that for everybody, then another 20% off if you are a platinum member. So that's $51.96 or $67.80. Just drop those on the floor. Thank you. And I just quickly wanted to remind you of the Get It, Got It, good because this is a brilliant deal, and I don't think you can quite appreciate this enough for just seeing the little video that we showed you earlier on. It's the Sarah Signature Garden Party collection. That's worth £15 or $17 on its own. Wait till you see exactly what you get within this collection. So you are going to get the beautiful pearlescent card pad, 24 sheets in total, and you're going to get these really sumptuous pastel colours included in there too. So you're going to get 24 sheets there, which are beautiful. On top of that, you're going to get dies. So you've got this gorgeous ornate lace edgeable. You've then got your vintage bird cage. Love this because you've got the dies to be able to cut out of your stamped images as well. If you just come in, you can see that. There we go. So that is all included. 10 items in there in total. Then you've got your sentiment stamps. When I say sentiment stamps, this is a great way for you to be able to kind of build up your own cards as far as birthdays are concerned, because you've got all your numbers in there. You've got your ordinals as well. Great for birthday cards, great for invitations too, because you've got party, birthday and celebrate included in there as well. And then lastly, we all have a stencil. You've got your delicate doily stencil as well. So a really nice collection of goodies there. And to get all of that for £28 or $32 today is amazing. It's a 30% saving, well, bigger than 30% saving actually. And if you're platinum, another 20% off that as well. So that's £28 or $32. That's a Get It Got It Good deal, launched, what day is it? Tuesday. Launched yesterday. So you've got up until, well, end of play Sunday to grab that, or whilst stocks last. I am not surprised to learn that this collection is flying out of the door, and I will tell you for why, because it is a collection. It's a collection that you're going to come back to each and every year. It's super versatile. And what you've got is kind of a creator card, which is an edgeable, which is a creator card, a die-brid if you like. And whether you're going for the full collection or you're going for the multi-buy, or indeed you're just going today, I want to create what Craig is creating, so I'll just buy the one die. You've got the ability to do that. But within the collection, the gorgeous elegant angel, these are super stunning. And again, if you're looking at this and thinking there's no way I can do this, the dies do all of the work for you. We're throwing in the die brush tool for you as well, so you don't have to worry about that. As far as that's concerned, it's all taken care of. And just as we go through, you can see all of the different designs. I love again that we've covered off sort of more of your traditional themes, if you like. We've covered off more of your sort of fun and quirky Christmases as well. It is just, there's my favourite. It's definitely my favourite because it makes me smile every time I show it, with the snowmen there. Absolutely stunning. And then lastly, you have got the reindeer forest. Again, one that you can be using certainly all year round as well, particularly good for your autumnal cards. Those all come with your die brush and little mat as well. So it's 8 elements in total for £54.39 if you're platinum, or $63.96. The bundle is going very quickly. Also going very quickly is the multi-buys. And let me just tell you also, bearing in mind that we've got our £10 Tuesday going on our website right now, loads of great deals. We've already had sellouts. Had a message from Aisha who said she'd just gone in to grab something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she was like, oh, I think it might have been the floral pencils, sold out. £10 Tuesday. I'll recap on some of the deals on that a little bit later on. But if you are looking for some absolute corkers, get online because things are selling out. This is flying out the door. We need to get back to our demo in just a second. But before that, let's give you time to catch up. And also, now's a good time to check out your baskets. We'll be back in 2.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Thank you for all of the lovely comments coming through. Rhonda says, like the show. Lots of you saying thank you to Craig for answering his questions. That's what we're here for. That's why you love us. That's why we've had so many award nominations. Sally says, I learned so much from Craig and Ben, and it's always so exciting. Sally says, I could have had teachers like Craig and Ben in school. We would have loved going every day. Can you imagine that if you had teachers like us, like, you know, doing silly sound effects and dancing around? You wouldn't learn anything.
No.
Would you? Literally. You'd just be, we'd be up dancing on the desks with you and mucking about. Shaddai says, hi, Lord Ben. And Lil J. Craft says, Ben, which part of the north are you moving to? Sorry, I couldn't tell by your accents. I'm moving up here, like, man. Why aye? Up north? Why aye, man? Why aye? Time to gan over there, man, for the next part of the demo, like. That wasn't very good, was it?
No.
No? No. Time for the next part of the demo, Craig. What you doing next, aye?
I'm Scottish.
I know.
I'm Scottish.
Oh, hey, sorry. Got to do it like that, like Billy Connolly.
That's better.
Hey.
Yeah, can you do it using his actual words?
No.
Not in this time of the day.
No, not this time. Aye. Aye.
Right, let's go into the next one. Let's have a look where we're going to be doing the spring now. So we've done the winter, so we're going to go into the spring, we're going to the summer, and then into the autumn/fall. So what we're going to do with this one, we're going to mix up the inking techniques. So we're going to go in with water reactive Oasis, lemon tonic, grasshopper, and orange.
Orange.
So there are orange is the four that we're going to be using. So what we're then going to do, using the Oasis, similar to what we've done with the sparkle pen. So going in with the Oasis, and I'm going to dab the ink. I've gone back to the craft mat just for absolute ease, so I can move it out of the way. But at home I would, if I'm honest with you, be doing it onto my glass mat. So what I'm doing is I'm just dabbing a lot of that colour on. Now we're going to go in now with some more water. So I just need to give this another proper clean. So I've gone out and got a few extra cups of water, just so that I don't contaminate all the different colours. Don't want to go in with this strong navy blue from before. So now what we're going to do is let's dab that. We've got a clean brush. And I'm going to go in now with the Oasis. We're mixing it up with the water. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forwards over the top. So I'm going to keep going. Subtle to start with. I'm going to dab off some of that excess and blend it out into my card. I'm only going to come down maybe about half the way. Not even that amount, to be honest with you, but just enough. If you want to, what we could do is back into a dry part of the mat, not a wet part, but a dry part. Going to go in again, and then what I can do is add some extra depth. Now it's not going to be overly strong because it's Oasis. It's not a strong blue. It's a lighty baby blue / mint. But there we go, just blended that out slightly. Then what I'm going to do is let's take up this excess for now. Once again, at home I'd be using all that excess ink. And then what I'm going to do, very slight pool of hot air over the top, just for a moment or two. I want to get that initial top layer dry, so that will be more than enough for now. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some more kitchen roll. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a small paintbrush again. Let's take this colour off. I'm going to dab in with some water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a scribble, Ben.
Oh yeah.
So scribble. Let's do another one round about here and potentially one round about here. Very much a scribble. Can you see in front of your eyes?
Yeah, it's coming to
Look at that. So another bit of a faux bleaching technique, but it's basically we've created the clouds.
You have?
We're creating the clouds.
The fluffy clouds.
Yeah, fluffy clouds. So what I'm going to do, as I said before, the longer you leave it, the more it pulls up the colour. But then if I go in and take that excess off, we've now got the clouds in the sky. So that is our top part.
Looks like the start of The Simpsons.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Right.
The skateboards.
Yeah.
That's what you could do, one of the sound effects, isn't it? Maggie with the dummy / pacifier. That's a good one. That's good. That one. So then what we're doing is we're going to go over into our lemon tonic and we're going to go into our grasshopper. So let's go lemon tonic onto our glass mat or onto our craft mat. And then we're going to go in with our grasshopper here. Water reactive, as I say. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do pretty much the same. I'm going to go in with some water and picking that water up, watering it down, and then going to go over the top. So what I've got left, I'm going to go about halfway. Let's clean my brush off and then take some of that excess water off. Then I'm going to go in now to the grasshopper. Let's water that down and then we can go into the base. So let's go in, top up, we're going to go into the base, take some of that colour off again, taking it off, and then I can blend these two together, taking a little bit excess off, just off my craft mat, and then what I could do is I can go in and just blend that into the blue sky. Start to pull it down. So then what we're doing is we're going to get from the sky, you know, it could be, obviously it could be hills, it could be the dimension of way at the background, you know, it's that front and the foreground within the grass at the bottom. Then what I'm going to do, once again, let's take some of this off for now. I'm going to give it another very light waft of heat so that we can get that top layer initially dried.
Got to say hi to Jerry. He says good afternoon all from Southern Maryland. Happy to be here and be inspired by Craig. Ben makes me laugh. Placed an order on Friday. Just got a notification that it should be delivered in a week. Happy dance. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Stephanie says a quick hello everyone. It's Good Bank Tuesday. Wow, it's hot in NJ today. Good Bank Tuesday? What's Good Bank Tuesday? Good Bank Tuesday? You have to expand on that please. Not heard of that. Beth says, love Ben's attempt at Craig's accent. It always sounds like a pirate. It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't. Craig or pirate. And lots of you getting confused with the accent. Sandra says, no, Ben, that accent is not a good one.
Well, it's good, but it's good as a pirate.
No, we're talking about the northern one. You're moving to County Durham, not Yorkshire or Newcastle. Oh, I don't know. Is the Durham accent different from the Newcastle one then, is it?
Yeah.
I just think Newcastle is like, way aye man.
Yeah.
And then like the Yorkshire one is, hey up. I got to the foot of our stairs. That's Yorkshire, isn't it?
I think so anyway.
Anyway, but sorry if you're getting confused in America, sorry.
So now that I've initially dried that top layer off, what I've done, I've gone in with the orange water reactive. So I put a splodge onto my craft mat, I've gone in and I've mixed it up with some water. Now what we done with the last one, when we done some splats of water, going to do the same again but with some of the orange, but I don't really want any of it to be on the sky, so I'm going to cover it. You can do a bit of scrap card or something if you want, but I'm covering that sky part, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab off the back and then this could be a number of things. It could be some of the, as if you're looking, flowers on the fields, at a distance.
Oh, yeah.
If you're either further back, so it's just right in the different distance. It could be, of course, lots of foliage or that within the ground. Many different things. It's just create an effect, a backdrop effect. So what I can do is I can lift that one up.
Oh, clever.
And then what we've got is we've got that one now.
Yeah.
So we've used our watercolour cardstock. We've gone in with the Oasis and we watered it down onto our craft mat, glass mat, went over the top with a wash, dabbed some of the excess off with a small brush and water to create the clouds.
Loads of comments about that, by the way. Love that tip, the clouds.
Really? Oh, brilliant. Good. Glad that you're able to take that one on board. It's a nice little tip for you to do. Then what we've done is using our lemon tonic, a little bit of a wash again, exactly the same wash with the grasshopper. Then what we done is we went in with our orange. All of these were water reactive. So we mixed some of the orange with some water, watered it down, used our small paintbrush, and we done some splatters. Covered the sky because I didn't really want any on the sky, just to be on the ground. And at that point, that's where we're at now. So what we to do again, Ben, give that another waft of heat to finish it off, and then we will bring in another piece of our white smooth stamping card, and we're going to do exactly what we've done with the winter, and we're going to make sure we've got the same kind of border, top, bottom, and right hand side.
Lovely stuff. Loads of you just saying that you're tuning in today. A few of you crafting along. Some of you not able to craft along, but are going to come back later on and do it. As I say, lots of love coming in for the clouds there that Craig's just showed you how to create. Great idea for the clouds, says Mary Lee. Mary Beth Doyle on Facebook saying, great way to make clouds. Easier and more realistic than my stencil. Thank you, Craig. And Rebecca Arnold says, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Can't stay, but I couldn't resist popping in for a few. I'm bummed that I missed today's craft along. Well, the good news is, Rebecca, as I'm sure you know, you'll be able to watch this back either on Facebook or indeed subscribe to us on YouTube, and then you can watch this show back at your leisure, and you'll get little notifications as well when other shows pop up. So it's a really, really handy thing to do. And Dieta is saying, receive the new Crafters Companion, Crafters Inspiration magazine. Such a nice magazine, packaged so nice for collectors of the magazine. So lovely to hear from all of you, and keep those comments coming. Anything that you want to ask as well, do feel free to get those questions in. Unbelievably, we've only got about 50 minutes to go. Jerry Johnson just saying on Facebook, I don't have the water reactive pads. Can I use the aqua pens?
Yeah, of course you can. Any water base you can use. Absolutely. Use whatever you've got. So if you don't have what I've got, yeah, use an alternative. That will work. Go for it. It's just about having fun and playing. That's exactly what it's all about. There we go. That is now our springtime, ready for us to go whenever you're ready, Ben, onto summertime.
Lovely stuff. Well, shall I have a... I love the flowers on that, by the way. It's really come to the fore.
It's effective, isn't it?
It's a little bit like... who was that famous artist that did the poppy fields?
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean.
Is it Monet?
I honestly wouldn't know. I know who you mean, yeah.
Yeah. You let us know in the comments.
name.
That's what that reminds me of. Fantastic. Right, shall we just have a little look at some other goodies that we've got on the show for you? Yeah, it was Monet. Look at me being all
Check you out.
knowing me artists. Wow, I plucked that one from. I've surprised myself with me artistic knowledge there. Just wanted to quickly recap on some deals for you that we've got on the show. The 5x7 die storage from Totally Tiffany is still available for you. So super handy. And the fact is, once you've popped this together, you will get inside your double-sided die storage cards as well. So these are super handy for, for storing your dies in, for making sure that you can label these up. You know, if you have got lots of dies laying around, it's just a really nice way to be able to get things all sorted. And again, you're saving a huge amount today, 20% on the deal for everybody, plus you're getting another 20% off if you're a platinum member. So $7.98 or $10.54 is the deal on that one. We've also got some 8x8 paper pads in stock for you as well. Your all occasions There's 144 sheets in total here. You're going to get your 300 GSM and your 160 GSM with your pattern paper pad, and then you've got your sort of block colours, and this is fabulous. So this is from the Year of Craft, and basically, as we have a look through here, I love that. The wood pattern paper, how stunning is that? You've got basically something for each and every occasion, whether it be things like your geometrics, whether you're looking for florals in there, whether it be things like your tartans. We've got leaves. I mean, literally something for each and every occasion within this particular pad. And the great thing about this is, oh, love those rainbows as well. How lush is that? Makes my eyes go funny. But then, of course, off the back of that, we've also got your cardstock to go with this collection too. So the brilliant thing is, again, you're not having to worry about colour matching these, what goes with what, because these 72 sheets of your cardstock that you're going to get matches up beautifully. And as you can see, double-sided 300 GSM, just a real good like craft room stocker. You know, if you are running out of paper, running out of cardstock, which I know majority of you aren't, this is a great deal to go for, because you're saving again over 20%. Then another 20% if you're platinum, so that works out £20.80 or $26.40 if you're platinum. And then one other thing that you might want to stock up on whilst you're there are your adhesives. And this is a great deal because not only are you going to get 2 of your dotty glue tape pens, so these are the ones, okay, that give you those dots. So if you're kind of looking to stick your more intricate die cuts, for example, these are so super clever in that they will just stick to the bits and pieces you need them to. You're not going to get adhesive all over the place. So you'll get 2 of those. And the way this deal works out is that you buy 2 of those, you buy a bottle of the all-purpose glue, and then it works out that you're getting the second bottle for free. So again, not necessarily the most glamorous item that we'll have on the show, but you don't want to run out of your adhesives, and that's a nice way to get a little bit of each of those 2. So £10.38 or $17.48. Everyone saves over 15%, and then you get another 20% off if you're platinum. So that's $10.38 or $17.48. Just before we move on, we are going to have a look at a few pictures that you guys have been sending in. Now, this is amazing, right? Craig, you can chat me through this, because Kimberly sent in some pictures from your craft along, and I'm sure I read somewhere, I think it was on Instagram, you said it was the most crafted craft along you've ever done.
Yep. Absolutely, 100%. The amount of pictures that you posted after the show of those that actually crafted along live was phenomenal. Look at some of the things. This one here that Kimberly's been done, 2 of them, theming them differently. You know, it could be many different ways, whether it's for boys, whether it's for girls, depending on what you're going to be using. But even now, there's still many of you to this day, right now, posting pictures that I haven't even had a chance to catch up with on our groups. But to see what you have been doing, whether it was while I was crafting along live or in the days after, these are phenomenal, Kimberly. Love them.
I want to go back and watch that now. So many people watching, so many people crafting along. Just about managed to squeeze it in, Georgina was saying. Thank you to Melissa as well for sending in your Christmas card. Always lovely to see what you guys have been making. Oh, and you said, I'm going to have to get closer. I'm terrible. Get close to the screen.
Really nice for big sentiments.
Yeah. What's the second card? The second card that we've got, the birthday. Where's that from?
The 3D castle. So we've got our, at the back, so number 5, so that's from our pop-out numbers.
Yeah.
Isn't that well done?
Really cute. I love that. Really, really lovely. A real kind of range of...
Oh yes, I remember this now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at the photo.
Oh, the next one coming.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wonder what you're saying. I remember this now. Remember what? This is what we're talking about. April's upside down Christmas tree.
I'm sorry, but I just think that's cool.
Well, it is pretty cool.
I think that is cool.
How do you get a Christmas tree on the roof?
I don't know. How do you get a Christmas tree on the roof? Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm not used to you telling jokes. That I thought there was a way to be a punchline there.
No. I just twigged at what you were saying then. That's brilliant. That is pretty decent. Although, if you're sat there, the tree's sort of a little bit in front of the TV, so you're missing a bit of the action. But anyway, I love that, April. Appreciate that. I might get one for me in the house, an upside down Christmas tree this year.
You should do.
Yeah. By the way, when Christmas does roll around, please can we do Rate My Christmas Tree with Craig. I think that would be great. He's a look at him. He's a Christmas tree snob, as we all know. If you're willing to send in your picture and for him to turn around and go, yeah, not so, no, I don't really like that. Rate My Christmas Tree, coming up on Wake Up Call during December with Craig. That may or may not be true.
After last year, maybe not.
I can't wait to see your Christmas tree. Like, you know, you set like the standard and you know what your tree should look like.
Yeah, I don't have any pressure. My tree looks awesome.
Yeah.
I spend like all day on it.
Wow.
And then all the next day on the other 3.
3?
Well, I have my main one in the living room.
Yeah.
And then I put one in the kitchen. I put one upstairs in the landing. And then last year I put one out, a real one outside on my deck and in the back garden.
That's what you call branching out. Right, so let us move on. That sounds like Basil Fawlty then, didn't it, from Fawlty Towers. Lots of love for the tree on the roof, I'm not surprised. Thank you, Caitlin, for keeping us up to speed with everything that's going on the socials. Shall we get on to the next part of our craft along?
Yes, because we've still got quite a few bits to go and only 45 minutes to go. So let's get in and let's get the remainder of this project done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to our other piece of our watercolour card here. And I have got water reactive, ocean blue, fuchsia, lemon tonic and green topaz. So what we're going to do, very similar to what we've done a moment ago, going to go in with some water and our paintbrush and we're going to create a bit of a wash. So I'm going to go in with the ocean blue and let's add some colour on. We're going to go in with some fuchsia. So we're going to dab that one on. We're going to do the same with lemon tonic. So let's dab that one on. And then last but by no means least, we're going to go in with our green topaz. So what I'm then going to do, let's go in with our water and our brush. So I'm going to water down a little bit of our ocean blue. So let's go over the top here. And you don't need to worry about it being lighter and darker, you know, getting that depth of colour. We want to just lay the colour down. So I can then give my brush a little bit of a clean. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the fuchsia.
Yay! I nearly said it a minute ago when you picked up the ink pad. I didn't. I knew you'd get it in somewhere.
Yeah.
Craig, we're going back to the fuchsia.
And I've only seen that film about once. Do
Oh,
you know that?
shush. Tell me, you've seen 1, 2 and 3, haven't you?
I think I've seen 2. I've not seen 3.
Well, for me, George, the order of the Back to the Future goes 1, 3, 2. Yeah, can't beat the original in my mind. But then I like the one when it goes back to the Wild West, number 3. Yeah, it's good. Good films. So you need to start watching the Back to the Future again.
I do.
And the A-Team as well.
And the A-Team.
You've got to watch the A-Team. They remade that a few years ago. It was a movie with Liam Neeson, was Hannibal Smith.
Oh, really?
It wasn't as good as
Is it not as good?
No, they never are though, are they?
Liam Neeson, no, he's more of an action.
Yeah, but this is action.
Is it?
Yeah. But it just didn't. It wasn't the same.
No.
You can't reboot or remake a classic like that. I don't think.
No, that's true.
There we are.
That's true. Unless you see Liam Neeson in a plane or after terrorists or hijacks, it's just not the same with me. Trying to save his daughter.
Yeah, although which Christmas movie is he in? He's in the movie my Laura watches every year.
Love Actually.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but what famous actor isn't in Love Actually?
That's a good point, actually.
It's a good film.
Yeah, it's one of those movies again that I think I've seen it all the way through, but in bits. I've never sat and actually watched the whole thing.
It's a long film, isn't it? It's about 3 hours or so.
Is it?
3 and a bit hours,
Well,
yeah.
That's probably why I've never seen it all the way through.
Yeah.
Then. I've got a really bad attention span.
Yeah, no, George is just asking, did they not bring out a second one? No, they've done for Comic Relief. The writers at Richard Curtis. They wrote a little script for it for Comic Relief.
Oh, okay.
Is it Comic Relief or Children in Need? No, Comic Relief. Was it Comic Relief? Yes, Comic Relief. So that was actually good. They had a lot of the names back to do it.
Oh, Liam Neeson was back in that one, apparently.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So how did he go from doing like a lovey-dovey Love Actually movie to becoming this big action movie star? How did that happen?
I don't know.
So I like him in the Taken movies. They're good, aren't they?
Some actors can just turn their hand to anything.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
like some presenters, like yourself.
Well, you know.
Just turn your hand to anything.
Well.
You do the voices,
Well.
apart from a Scottish one. It sounds like a pirate. Other than that, you're pretty dab hand at any of them.
Well, thank you very much. I'll take that.
So we've gone for a very rough ombre effect by using the ocean blue, the fuchsia, the lemon tonic and the green topaz. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Build a Bouquet stamp set. So I've gone in with the Enjoy Your Day. And I'm only going to use a few elements. So I'm going to use 1, let's use 2, let's go in 3, and do I want, let's go for that one, do I want any more? I think that'll do for now. And then quick dry, I'm going to go lemon tonic, green topaz, and then fuchsia. I've got fuchsia in the brain now.
Yeah.
And then you can either use your stamping platform, or for small little stamps, I've got a little acrylic block that I like to use. I personally, for small stamps, find it easier, Ben. And then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of a floral scene. So let's go in with, actually I will need a couple of these stems here, that one there. So I'm going to go in with one of these. Let's go in with the green topaz. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to build up a little bit of a floral scene. I'm going to go along the bottom here and maybe just a couple of sprigs just popping out from the corner.
Okay.
So building them up. So I've gone in with that one, and then what I'm going to do is using this little one here, what I'm going to do, and I'm not being overly careful with this, Ben. If I miss any bits or that, I'm not really concerned, you know, because it's all going to add to that kind of natural sort of look. And then let's even do a few second and third generation stamps as well. So let's stamp. So that just means stamping and then going and re-stamping with what you've got left on.
Yeah.
So if I do, let's see if we can get anything. We're getting a little bit of a backdrop there. So again, you're getting that background, that foreground, you're getting all that different movement sort of look. So that's that one. Then I'm going to go in with the little flower head. So I'm going in with the small one. And let's go in with the fuchsia. And also, let's do the lemon tonic first. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to stamp. Lemon tonic will be really quite subtle against that backdrop, but don't worry about it. So there's that one. And then I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean with my hand. I'm going to go in with the fuchsia, and then I'm going to stamp there and then there. So I'm not worried too much that, you know, the ratio to flower heads and stems aren't working. It doesn't matter. You know, don't need to pay too much attention to that. So then now that I've got that one, what I can do, let's go back into these. And then I'm going to go back to the fuchsia.
Stop it.
And then I'm going to kind of re-overstamp here. So although this one that I'm using has got the little stem on it,
Yeah.
by doing it over the green,
Pretty.
you're going to get a really nice natural look.
There's lots of love coming in for this background, by the way.
Brilliant. I'm glad that you're loving the look of it so far. It's nice to just do a few different compartments when it comes to the pages. So I think what I can do, let's go in with this one now. I'm going to go in with the green topaz, and let's do a little bit from the top. So let's stamp, and then I'm going to do, let's do one more into here. And then last but not least, let's go back to the fuchsia. No, I'm only joking, I just want to say that again. So we've started to create our little effect here.
Yeah.
Then what I'm going to do to really finish off, I'm just going to go into the centre of these flowers and very rough,
Oh, little squiggle.
little circles. That's it. That's all that I'm doing. Just makes that centre bit stand out. Then what we can do, now that we are all good to go on that one, what I'm then going to do is I'm going to, I really didn't mean to do this on purpose. I'm going to take the fuchsia from the water reactive that I used earlier on.
Good work.
So let's dab that one. So that is the fuchsia water reactive.
Will you go back to that later on?
Maybe. Might go to it. Little paintbrush again. Really water it down. And then another few more dabs.
Yeah.
Not worried if I get all over it, top to bottom. We're just going to sprinkle that colour on. And then that is all that I'm going to do with that one.
Fab.
So what we can do now is let's wipe this bit off. Would be reusing that if it's at home, but let's wipe all that off. Let's come in and then let's blast dry it with our heat tool, and then we can do exactly the same as the other two. We're going to pop it onto our page, leaving roughly the same depth at the top, the bottom and the right hand side.
Lots of comments coming in. This is one of the busiest craft alongs I've done for comments. Thank you for all of these. Lots of love for the fun in the show. Lots of love for all of the hints and tips. Lots of you telling me that you've picked up loads of orders as well. Sue just saying, I'm watching you through YouTube on my TV whilst packing for a trip. Where are you off to, Sue? Where are you going? However, Craig keeps throwing in amazing techniques and I find myself sitting down mesmerised. Brilliant info, and of course you're both entertaining. Thank you, Sue. I found that when I was doing some packing over the last few days, and it's terrible to have the TV on and have something on which you enjoy watching, because you sort of say, oh, well, I'll do a bit of packing and have the TV on the background, and then before you know it, you've sat down watching TV for half an hour and nothing's got done. Lots of love as well for the Christmas tree on the roof that we saw, and thank you as well to all of you who said that you are now going to bombard Craig with pictures of your Christmas trees this year. Happy to help, no problems at all. Can't wait for him to rate your Christmas trees.
It's funny, it's those of you at home that's maybe just recently started to join us at Crafters Companion, or just joined us just after Christmas last year, you'll be like, yeah, they keep saying that as if he's not going to be rude about Christmas trees, is he?
Maybe we should start it off as a little Facebook feature first, and see if it garners, like your page, see if it garners, much attention, and then if people enjoy it, maybe we'll get it on Crafters TV. That's brilliant. I can see why lots of people are talking about that background. That's brilliant.
There we go. So didn't need to spend too much time on that background. Sometimes you want to get that complete ombre of blended into each other, but I've not spent too long. Just gone in with the ocean blue, the fuchsia, lemon tonic, green topaz, and done a little bit of random stamping. That is now our third one done, and then all we need to do is the last page, cut out our little monthly sentiments and add a ribbon, and that'll be us done.
Just a quick question from Christine, who says, hi from Altoona, Pennsylvania. I like the idea of the photo booklet. Could you use a heavier cardstock or chipboard for the seasonal pages for more stability? Would the dies work with chipboard?
So, no. Not because the die has quite a lot of intricate parts in it, so that's going to be too intricate for something like chipboard. You can use heavier weight or something if you want to, maybe like a 350 or that. What you could do is die cut a few of them, so maybe let's say 3 of them, same size, die cut them, and use your stick and spray, and then what to do is stick them together. So again, do maybe 2, 3, 4 of them, make them really thick themselves. If you don't have the spray, you can use your double-sided adhesive sheets, so you can make them thicker that way, and then that's going to be a good way if you still want to use the dies. If not, if you want to use the a heavyweight backing, you won't be able to die cut it with these ones, because there's a lot of intricacy detail. But there is ways around it.
Lovely. Keep the questions coming. Still time to answer those. Great craft along, Craig and Ben, says Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. That's really kind. Craig, this is a happy card, says Jean. And Carmen Cruz says, do you have a bundle of dot tape runners? Well, I can tell you on the show, we've got sort of like a bundle where you can pick up 2 and then also get some of that all-purpose glue included as well. The solid ones are out of stock, but there is a bundle of dotty ones. If you basically go to our website, details down here, so wherever you are, .com.co.uk or .eu, and just search for dot tape pens and it will come up for you. But as I've said, if you want to go for this bundle, I mean, it's only 2 of them, but it's still quite a nice deal. You can get a 6-pack on our website, 15% off. This deal here, though, is available on the show, where you get 2 dotty tape runners. You also get your all-purpose glue, and it works out that you get another one of those for free within that bundle. So it depends how many you want. If you want more than 2, you want to go for the the big bundle that we've got on the website. However, that bundle is available for you right now if you just want to pick up a couple with a free all-purpose glue in there as well. Honestly, thank you so much for all the comments coming in. This has been such a fun craft along. I've really enjoyed it. Craig is crafting up a storm over there as well. The comments have been brilliant. We've loving the fact that you're loving this so much. But listen, now's the time to start thinking about grabbing your goodies. We're half an hour away from the end of the show. What I would say is if you are either thinking about this whole bundle or potentially thinking about going on a multi-buy, or as I said, just thinking about going for the die that Craig is using, there are options available for you here. But think about this. You're going to get this home and you won't then be stuck with what to do with it, even if you're brand new. You know, normally you might get this home and then you're thinking, oh, where on earth do I start? And if you were buying this from a store, got no inspiration, what am I going to do? Well, with us, you've got tons of inspiration, not least with this, you've got this whole 2-hour show to watch back at your leisure on YouTube or Facebook, so you can craft along with Craig whenever you want to. And no doubt that this will have been featured, well, it has. This has been featured before, so you'll have plenty more inspiration right across our YouTube page. But if you can go for the full collection, do it, because you're going to get all of these beautiful dies, and they are absolutely stunning. The Elegant Angel is just phenomenal, and when you get these back for yourself, you'll see just how much detail you're going to get in these Creator Card Scene Edgeable dies. They are beautiful. The Christmas tree, again, if I show you this card here, it just gives you an idea of some of the things that you can create with these. So much versatility. And again, I think we've covered off so many kind of different themes of Christmas as well, with things like the Christmas trees, like the snowmen. But then if you want to go down a bit more of a religious theme, you've got the gorgeous Mary and Joseph die included in there too. You've then got the Bethlehem scene too, which again is just stunning. Look at all the detail that you've got in all of the houses, in the trees, and then the camel there as well. Phenomenal. Then you've got something a little bit more fun, let's just say, you know, if you're thinking about crafting along with the kids potentially, this is beautiful, the Joyful Friends. And then lastly, you have got the deer, of course, which we're using just now. I'll move on just quickly because I know we've got so much to squeeze in the last 25, but it's $14.94 and $19.70 that you're saving. Or if you're platinum, £54.39 or $63.96. Grab it whilst you can. They're also on a multi-buy at 2 for $23 or $27. Right, we need to get cracking on here. Shut up, Moseby. He needs to be crafting. What are you waffling on for? I know. Shh, Craig.
So we're going to go into the last page now, and we'll pretty much go in with the last page and then into the sentiment and then into pretty much fill in this full photo booklet right to the end now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in with the autumn. So I'm going to be using my 3 sparkle pens, which is from the Earthy Naturals. So we're going to go in with Harvest Moon, we're going to go with Smoke Quartz and also Holly Leaf for this one. And also this one, because they're darker colours, Ben, I'm going to do this in stages. Okay. So I'm going to do the first colour, dry it, second colour, dry it, third colour, dry it. Otherwise, you will just be ending up with a big browny, globby, muddy sort of mess.
Nobody wants that, do they?
No one wants that. No, you don't want that at all. So we're just giving that a little bit of a shake. You can, if you're at home in more time, do your little shake dance, little shake song.
We'll not do that again. That wasted about 10 minutes earlier on.
Didn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to go in with the Harvest Moon, so we can then add that on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put all 3 colours onto my glass mat while I'm here, or my craft mat. So we're going in with Holly Leaf, and then last but not least, Smoke Quartz. So we can then go in. So you'll have noticed the basis of each page is all about, you know, your water, your brush, and going blending in some colour onto your cardstock. And similar to the winter that we've done, what I'm doing, is I'm only going to go in within sections of the cardstock. So I'm not actually going to cover edge to edge. I'm just going to go in with this one here. So giving it a bit of a scribble. You can always, if you wanted to, go in and add extra onto the actual cardstock to make it deeper if you want. Now, if I come in with the green right now, this is when it's going to blend into each other and make not the nicest of colours. Some colours mix well together, some just go all mucky, which you don't want. So I'm going to spend just a moment or two to dry this one out. It doesn't need to be completely dry, but enough so that it doesn't bleed into each other. So pretty happy with that one now. Then I can go into the holly leaf. So I'm just going to clean my brush again, go into the holly leaf, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a scribble there and there. So you can see it stops it from bleeding and blending into each other, which you don't want with colours like these. So once again, what I'm going to do, Ben, is let's go in with a little bit more deep green. I'm going to take that bit up and dab it in. And then we can dry this one. It's just picking out colours for each of the seasons, if that's the way that you want to go down. Maybe you don't want to go seasonal, you might just want to go all different. You might want to use pattern papers instead. You might not like getting inky. You don't have to. You can just use pattern papers if you want. Lots of different ways you can actually create your backgrounds. Maybe even embossing folders instead. Play, see what you like, see what you can come up with, and then use them. And then last but not least, we're going to go in with the smoked quartz, and I'm going to come along down into the bottom here. Let's just add a little bit of brown there. And then we can dry that one off as well. So I've not gone back and added any deep of the smoked quartz. I've left it watered down. And that is what I'm doing with this one. And what that also means, because I've already part dried them, if I come in and do what I've done earlier on, so my small paintbrush and some water, and I'm going to tap off the back of my finger to create a few little water splatters. So I can set that one to the side for a second. What I'm going to do is clear this one up, and then giving that just a little bit more, but already you can see how it's lifting that colour. It's therapeutic to watch. You know, 1 minute there's nothing, and then it's there. You've not actually seen it turn, but it's just turned. It's done the lifting. So what I can do is, happy with that now. I'm going to dab some excess off just to stop it from doing the full bleaching, and then I can lift that one up. And we're getting that effect here. So really, really happy with that one. So what I'm going to do, because we've done the little water drops, I'm going to give it a light blast so we can just heat set that top one enough so that if I come into my last and final layer of our smooth stamping card, we're going to go into the back. So I'm going to go all the way around, and you'll probably notice, if you haven't, then what I've been doing with all my layers, because I'm using my tape runner all the way around, I've just given it double coating of adhesive. I want to make it even stronger, even if it wasn't already strong enough. I want to make it doubly strong. And then what we can do is press that, and then that is our backdrop for the autumn. So we'll have autumn, we've got summer, we've got spring.
Love it.
And then we've got winter as well.
They're all brilliant.
So I can set them up. So then what I'm going to do is, if I go in with some of my glitter card, and I'm going to come in with our seasonal sentiments. These are the ones that came with our wreath stamping die sets. So we can go in with these ones, and I need summer, spring, winter, and we've got autumn, of course. So we're going to be using that one. You do get hello, but I'm not going to use that because
that's not a season.
That's not a season.
No.
You know, you could put it on the front of your project if you want, but yeah, like you say, it's not a season. So I'm not going to. And then what I'm doing with these ones, is because it's glitter card, I'm going to use my Gemini Junior, but I'm going to use my metal shim as well, so that we're going to get a nice, crisp, clean cut all the way through the glitter. And it'll show us even sentiments like these, as fine and delicate as they are, they're going to cut absolutely no problem, even with the glitter card. And what I do want to make sure is doubly sure that there's no little bits left in the die, because if there's any sort of cardstock, it's going to stop it from cutting. That is the glitter card. You need your dies to be nice, smooth, and free of any card. So layer it up. So I added that metal shim, but all the same plate combinations are exactly the same as your wafer thin dies.
There's so many comments coming through. Thank you for all of these. There's questions as well. I'll tell you what, at a point which is good, I will throw those to Craig as well. But just literally so many of you enjoying this. Lots of you saying that you're watching whilst working as well, which just makes me laugh. Like, you know, you should be in meetings and stuff and you just watch Crafters TV instead. Much more fun. And lots of you just said, by the way, I didn't say that. You should be at your meeting. Don't blame me if you get told off by the boss. Ben said on Crafters TV, I didn't have to come to the meeting because I should watch the TV. And lots of you just say that you might have to come back later on because of things like meetings and other things to do. But that's the great thing. You can come back and watch us later. Mary Pat's still watching. And Joe says, I've saved to try this later because of a meeting in the middle of it for work. And Mary Lee just saying, I think these booklets will make nice family gifts. Really, really nice family gift ideas. Lots of people loving your backgrounds. And Pammy says, I like that Craig has got inky hands.
I love getting inky. Absolutely love getting inky. It's fun. I suppose it's maybe not something that I tend to do a lot. But I think in Wake Up Call, I don't always have the luxury of time, you know, for each demos, whereas I can get all inky and messy. But I do enjoy it. It's not that I don't like it.
Do you want a couple of questions whilst you're doing that?
Yeah, do that.
Karen says, I'm using the acetate from the watercolour collection. Does that have a film on it?
Watercolour, yes, it does. It does indeed.
Gillian says, oh yeah, hang on, let me just get this one up. This is a good question. Wait there. Bear with. There it is. Hi Ben and Craig, how do you stop getting an embossed line on the flat edge of the edgeable dies? I just cut a birthday edgeable and the flat edge of the die, which doesn't cut, has left an embossed line.
Anything that's embossed is obviously to do with pressure.
Yeah.
So what I would say is actually try removing one of your sandwich combinations.
Okay.
So potentially try removing the magnetic shim, and if it's not quite cut, because then therefore there's not enough pressure, put the magnetic shim back in and then take the plastic shim out. It's just a bit of balance, because a lot of the times your dies will actually die cut without that plate configuration we say. It's just kind of like the automatic one you go to. So try removing one or two of them. You might find it will still cut, but it'll stop that embossed line from going all the way through.
Bit of trial and error.
It is indeed. It is.
Oh, hang on, there's one more just come in. Where can I find the black glitter cardstock, says Sally.
You'll find all cardstock on our website.
Yeah, we still got it. I was just saying we've got a collection, but we haven't. That Centura Pearl that we've got on the show. But yeah, just head to our website, type it in. There's a handy search bar at the top of the website there, and you'll be able to find everything that you need. These are brilliant, Craig. I mean, hats off. How fantastic are all of these? I don't know which is my fave. I think it might be the spring.
The spring one.
The spring one I really like.
Yeah, I'm drawn, as much as I love the sun and I love the heat, I'm drawn to both the winter and the autumn one.
Oh yeah, because the winter one's just a little bit out of shot there. But yeah, that was the first one you did, wasn't it? Oh yeah.
I'm really drawn to that one.
Let us know what's your favourite in the comments. What's your favourite? Spring, summer, fall, or winter? I mean, now look at it. I quite like the summer. Yeah, cast your votes.
Cast your votes
now.
That was You Bet, wasn't it?
Oh, that was a great show.
I loved You Bet, game show here in the UK.
Did you have that in the US? You Bet. Where they used to get. It was Bruce Forsyth, and then it was Matthew Kelly, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yeah.
And basically, they had members of the public coming on doing these like random things, didn't they? And then the celebrities had to try and guess whether or not they would do it. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And they raised money for charity each week, I seem to remember.
Oh, and Darren Day.
Oh yes, was the host as well.
A season or two, didn't he?
Yeah.
After Matthew Kelly.
Yeah. It was silly things like, I remember there was one boy that came on and he bet that he could name the make and model of a car just by listening to the the horn. It was stupid stuff like that.
It's like one of us going in and there's about 50 individual pattern 12 by 12 papers and us going in and going, that's from Sarah's signature Twilight collection. That's from Sarah's signature Garden Party collection.
Oh my goodness! I want to bring this back just for you. I want to do like a. What would you do then if you were going on that?
I brought that idea up to the team a couple of weeks ago for our Play Your Crafts Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I've brought that idea up to them.
Is that going to happen?
I don't know. You need to ask Erin.
Oh, well, if it doesn't, we'll do it.
But yeah, I'm happy enough to do that for sure.
Oh, yeah. So
for
just
sure.
show like a little corner of a particular pattern, and you have to say which collection it's from.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Be good, wouldn't it?
I love that. Yeah.
So to finish off, what I've got here is I've got 2 of these little metal rings that we've got. If you don't have them, then you can just use your ribbon instead to tie. I know you can get them off at eBay and that sort of stuff. I'm sure some of your other stores would have them too. And then I've got some blue ribbon and some white ribbon. So what I'm going to do, I've got winter, I've got spring, I've got summer, and I've got autumn. Now, once again, this is pretty much just going to be a little bit of guesswork, but because you've got that free-flowing movement with it being a book, you don't need to worry too much. So I'm going to come down into the bottom corner of my glass mat. So we'll see it just in a moment when we come down, that what we can do is you'll see how when we come into the bottom, and then I'm going down to the bottom because I want the inches. Obviously, our ruler at Crafter's Companion are only centimetres. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that bottom corner, and using my pen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along to the 2-inch mark, and I'm going to do a dot. And then what I'm going to do, to show that I don't need to be really specific, I'm going to go to 4 3/4, and I'm doing a little black dot here. I'm doing it roughly in between what we've got between our cardstock and our back layer here. So at 2 inches and 4 3/4, and I'm just doing a little pen mark. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that with all of them. So 2 inches and 4 3/4. So I'm going to carry on with these ones, 2 inches and 4 3/4. If you've got a crocodile that I had on the screen, then that would then die cut, or that would then punch a number of holes. But I don't have one here, so therefore I'm just going to be using a hole punch for your ring binders. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on my 4 die cut pieces with our reindeer or our stag. So I'm going to go in. Now this time you've not really got a bit of a gauge to go by from the two back layers of the card. For instance, what I mean is your cardstock ends here, but I'm not worried. So 2 inches, I'm going to come up, and then 4 3/4, I'm going to come up, and our black mark is going to be covered by the hole punch. So last 2 here. So let's untangle that one. So we're going to go 2 inches and then 4 3/4. Last but not least. So coming in at 2 inches and going up roughly about 1/2 inch, 4 3/4, roughly up 1/2 inch. That now gives me all my little dots as to where I need to do a hole punch. So I'm going to take my, well, it's not my hole punch, it's the office hole punch.
Oh, be careful.
Now what I need to do with this one
Yeah.
is, you'll know your own one at home, I need to take the bottom off.
Oh, be careful.
That's even if it does come off.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we do.
you've done it.
So what I can do is if I take this one off, to get rid of any of the excess bits that are in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, now I'm going to feed this one in. So what I can then do is, let's just push this one in. They're giving me a dud hole punch.
Oh, you only got a half punch.
It's not, it's just the holes are coming too down and it's stopping me.
John!
John!
John! hole punch isn't working properly. Can you have a look at the hole punch and I'll read some comments maybe whilst we see if we can get sorted. Don't know if you any good with hole punches? He's got to try and find you another one. Shall I read some comments whilst you're riveting TV? There's lots of lovely comments coming through. Thank you for the votes on your favourite of Craig's background. Pammy says pages or seasons. I meant the pages, but winter in real life, you say fall, autumn. Oh, sorry, winter, in real life, fall, yes. Joe says, I like spring the best, but fall is my favourite season. Data saying, I love fall. Used to be a summer person, but can't take the heat as of age. Do you know what, Data? I'm similar. I love the summer, but I do love it when, like, August, fall comes along and you've still got the sunshine, but it gets a little bit cooler, doesn't it? You have those crisp mornings where you can see your breath in front of your face. I love it. Linda just saying spring, but I like the spots on the winter. And Kathy saying, I love the idea of the collection guessing. Sounds like such a fun idea. Well, maybe it will come to fruition. We'll have to wait and see on that. Also, just to say, I reckon, thank you, Caitlin, for keeping us up to speed on everything. We reckon probably summer and spring your favourites as far as the backgrounds are concerned that Craig has put together during the show. Mary Lee just saying, I love all of the seasons, but especially the colours of fall. And Karen says, come on, John, come to the rescue. And as if by magic, he has just rushed in, his cape fluttering in the breeze with another hole punch, which hopefully
It is.
It's working.
It's working.
Thank you, John.
So, what we can do now is I've turned it upside down. Now, where I've got my little black holes, I'm going to feed that underneath so that I can see the little black dot right into the middle. So now that I can see it, I can press.
Ah, I see.
And then I can do the same on the opposite side and then press. So I've got my two little holes there. So if you don't have a crocodile or anything like that, just use a paper hole punch. And then what we can then do is do the opposite side. So we're doing that with all of them. We're just going to work our way along, popping them all out with the little circles.
Kathy saying, don't you just love live TV? And Patty says, we have a mole on the inside sabotaging things so that we need John to come out and make an appearance. Did you hear him? He went, almost as if... He says to an evil laugh. Oh dear. Almost as if he's in on the.
That sounded like Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons.
Oh dear. He doesn't do that though, does he? That's Mr. Burns, isn't it? Excellent.
God, The Simpsons, they would save millions if they just hired you to
Get me in
all.
to do it. I'd do it for half the price of Dan Castellanato or whatever he's called. I'll do it. I do it for a quarter of the price.
Come on, Marge. My name is Homer Simpson. Marge, don't!
That's Homer.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing.
Yeah, get me in. Get me in. I could easily do this as well alongside Crafters TV, bit of voiceover for The Simpsons as well. If there's any execs watching, I'm your man.
You could do.
I'm your man. By the way, you've got 7 minutes left. Is that problematic?
Nope, we are just finishing this one off now. So what we've done is now that I've punched these holes in all of them, so let's go in. So let's start. I'm going to start with the autumn, the spring, the summer, and the autumn.
Yeah.
The other thing that we need to do as well is bringing in our acetate cover once more. So what I'm going to do is one of these sheets here, I'm going to line up against the edge of the acetate, and using our black pen once again, I'm going to do a circle dot and a circle dot so that we can get this hole punch in the right place for the acetate. So I'm going to come in and then I'm going to, let's just move that in so I can see it there. And then I need to do this one, let me get that one there. So there it is. Our little hole punches in my acetate. So now what I can then do is let's assemble this one together. So I'm going to take my acetate and then I'm going to then bring in my first layer of the stag. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one bit of the ring binder first. So then we've done the stag. So then what I can do is bring in the winter. Then what I can do is I can come in with our next stag, and then we can come in with the springtime.
You said the season dies are from the wreath collection, aren't they?
I did, yeah.
Yes, so just Beth was asking. So
I
that's what
did,
they're
yeah,
from.
from the wreath ones. So we've gone in with our next stag, and now our summer. We can go in with our last stag, and then we can go in with the autumn. And then this kind of binds it all together, which means when we come to the other one, that'll be easier for us to feed these ones through. So let's then start to feed that through. So just start that one off, run it through, clasp it together, clasp it together. We've got our little booklet coming together.
Hey, this is brilliant.
What I'm going to do is let's take the ribbon. So in case anyone's wanting to know, is 15, 30, so it's 35 inches. That's not any specific size, because what I'm away to do is I'm going to come along and I'm going to tie a few knots.
Are we doing a demo of the show? Oh, I nearly got you. You just looked at me.
You nearly got
second.
Georgina. You nearly got her. So tie it. So I'm not going to do a double knot. I'm just going to do the one knot. And then I'm going to snip at an angle. Let's do the same here. So I'm going to tie. Let's cut at an angle, at an angle. I'll do a couple more with the blue for now. So let's tie that one. So I've already got an angle there. So cut that one. Do one more with the blue. And then we can do one each with the white. So tie that one, angle, angle. And then last but not least, let's come in with a white. Let's actually separate that so we've got a white in the middle. So let's turn that one over, tie it, and release that one. So we can go angle, we can go angle, and then last, but by no means least, let's go in, and you'd be more frugal with your ribbon, but let's cut, cut.
Mate, you've timed this to absolute perfection.
There we go.
Are you kidding me?
We've got a ribbon book. So we've got our acetate front, we've got the stag, we've got each of the seasons. So you can then, exactly the same size of cardstock I done with the white smooth, die cut them or cut them a number of times, pop pictures on them, pop little bits of memorabilia in them. If you don't have the metal rings, just use ribbon and tie it instead. But then there we go, there is your craft along little book. So whether you've done it live with us today or you're going to come back at a later date for you to do it at home, there we go, that's how it's going to look.
Well, I tell you what, time to perfection. And what a brilliant last hour and 58 minutes. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. He has absolutely smashed it out of the park with that. And you've now got that 2-hour craft along to use and re-watch whenever you want to. This is the collection that you need to jump in and grab. It's the whole lot, plus you've got your die brush tool included as well for $54.39 if you're platinum, or $63.96 if you are shopping with us in the US. If you want to go individually, you can, or you can get them on a two for 23 or 2 for 27. Just show you all of the dies that you're going to get within this collection as well. Margaret just saying, I'm loving this, Craig. I like to watch and look back and craft later. And of course you can do that. Dieta just saying you could laminate the pages. Absolutely. Gilmore saying, Craig, this is so pretty. And just generally lots of you saying how much you are loving this collection. Grab it now, don't delay, because literally you're going to come back and use this each and every year, and that's just one idea that Craig has shown you right there that you can use this amazing collection for. A big thank you to Craig. When are we going to see you again? Tomorrow morning?
Yes, that's me here on Crafters TV. You've got Debbie Robinson coming up for the last show of the day with Ben. I'm going to be back tomorrow for Wake Up Call, where also it is only Wake Up Call for me tomorrow, but it's going to be a fun one, trust me.
We'll look forward to that. I'm in the house with Debbie Robinson in around about 2 hours' time. We'll get John on later on. He's a bit busy. Loads of you go, I want to see John. We'll get him in later on. And Gilmore says, Ben, you do very good impressions. Why is it that you make Craig sound like a pirate from SpongeBob?
Hoo-ha, boy! I don't know. That's just what he sounds like. Arr.
I'll see you in a couple of hours.
Bye!